So we had like an exciting week of football. A lot of games to talk about. A lot of things happened. But I think there's no better
We
place to start.
we
Wait,
did not have exciting week. You had an exciting week. You
it
all
was an
had an
it was an
exciting week.
exciting week of football.
Rest of the footballing world did.
Rest of the footballing
I mean,
world.
you can't deny that it was like the Liverpool games are exciting. Arsenal game was okay for me. It was exciting. Barcelona game was really exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Fair, fair.
But yeah, so we had a great week of football. Lots to talk about. I think there's no better place to start than Liverpool's capitulation.
I
1 week
think you know.
capitulation.
Okay, go.
All right, Avinash, I think you're the only one who can knowledgeably converse on that topic first, and then we can rebuttal. But
I go first. Okay.
of course, you have to.
I have a question to begin with.
Yeah,
Salah
please.
had no
He's not getting $1
non-penalty
million.
goals.
He's
No,
not
no,
getting
no.
$1 million anymore. That's
Salah has 0 non-penalty goals in 14 finals.
yeah. I knew this stat will come up.
This-
I
this
have zero
is- this
response
is-
for it. Let's move on.
You know, age-old dispute we have been having, or the debate we were supposed to have about Henry versus Salah. Yeah, that's down the drain now.
What the fuck you're bringing that now? Okay.
I mean that isn't even a debate, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Today it is not a debate, guys. Tomorrow, next season it may be, but today it is not a debate.
I mean, guys, I'm gonna say one thing right at the start. There's only one Egyptian king. His name also is Muhammad, but his last name is El Neni, not Salah.
Marmoush.
Marmosh Baba Ganushanal not happening, please.
But yeah, okay. Maybe I'll start a bit and then you guys can keep
Yeah.
chipping in.
Unload, bro, unload. Safe
I mean,
space.
lots to say, lots to unpack. I've been thinking about like how to summarize the last week from 4-2 ka 1. Sorry, 1-2 ka 4 to 4-2 ka 1 happened in a matter of 3 games. I think summarizing everything is going to be hard, bro, because like for the first time in a span of like 1 week, I felt Liverpool weren't good on many levels. From the players, from the tactics, from Slot's impact on like in-game, which we have been praising him for a lot. Almost like on every level, we found a way to royally fuck up. 2 games versus PSG, which so probably is a very like high caliber team. You can say like Liverpool met its match with like pace and attack and like tactically with like Enrique, etc. And then yesterday in the Carabao Cup, I think we lost to sheer like grit mentality of who wanted it more, right? So all of those awesome traits that I would have associated Liverpool with for all the season except the last week. And in 1 week to go out of like 2 like one prestigious tournament and one tournament is
Hey, what are you saying?
somebody.
Jamie Carragher was like Carabao Cup is bigger than the FA Cup and all.
Yeah, it's not like they are in FA Cup also. So
I think
That's
from
why he thought
day
they'll
one-
win.
From
He thought-
day one, I have told you my opinion about that dumbass pundit, self-proclaimed Liverpool legend. He has more own goals than actual goals that he has scored. Whatever.
come on,
it
man.
is.
That's true for a lot of defenders. You can't do that.
Yeah. But anyway,
even-
yeah,
even-
I think
even
so
Speed
that's
knew
my
that.
like overall like summary. Liverpool lost its mojo at the wrong time in the season and lost its mojo on like all levels. But yeah, over to you guys.
But like,
I want to go before Shravan, just
Okay,
basically
okay.
annihilates Liverpool. Okay. This gave me weird feels. I think I was telling Avinash that this was giving me a weird eerie feeling about Barca in 2019. It's carbon copy where Liverpool beat Barca 4-0 at Anfield, and Barca was so demoralized. They were psychologically dead because this is the second time in a row that happened to Barca against Roma and then Liverpool. We had Copa del Rey final that weekend against Valencia. It's ditto. Valencia scores early, and then Barca keeps attacking. Nothing happens, and then Valencia scores the second one. It's completely down and about. Messi does a lot of dribbles. Nobody finishes anything. Messi only scores the 1 goal, whatever we score at that point of time. Barca loses the Copa del Rey final. We actually wrapped up the La Liga title before that final happened because this was in May 19th or something like that. If we didn't, and if this actually happened much early, I have no doubt that we would have even gone and lost the La Liga as well at that point of time, because the psychological damage what Liverpool had done to Barca at that point of time was incredible. I have the same feeling that's coming out of Liverpool at this point. Slot has to immediately pick this up and not get it to be this particular weird thing where Salah, VVD, TA is out anyway now, so leave him for now. So he may renew, he may not renew. I think Liverpool are pretty much prepared for not having TAA anyway. This is on the weird territory of major players, the core players who are going to remain in the future, are psychologically affected by this. Soboslai, Gravenberg, Konate, Allison/Kelleher. I don't know Kelleher is going to stay or not. But yeah, please make sure that, I'm telling this to Slot directly, get them therapist right now before it is too late. Get them into therapy sessions. Make sure that they understand that this is just a game and you don't have to worry about the future of the Liverpool or anything like that. Because this is going down a path which I have seen from from Barca. It took 2 to 3 years to recover from that damage.
Yeah, I think so. Before even going into into future or whatever, I'm still not over what happened in this 1 week. Like I'm still not over of the present. And I know the league lead may be a bit like comforting at this as a point, etc. But then so this was not the performance that you would expect, right? At least after like having come to this place, after having seen the performance that the team put over the previous, like how many ever games, right? Maybe to quote like Jamie Carragher, not even to quote, like I think he was talking about this, like if you take the games that we have lost like one game in the league, you have lost like one FA Cup game, you have lost like one, but then those are knockout tournaments. You lose a game, you get out of the tournament. So goes to show that how dumb his take is again. But anyway, yeah, I still want to spend time about the present. Future, obviously, I don't know like what holds, but yeah, I know.
It was a
Particular
clash
Shravan
between
is eagerly
two.
waiting, so let us give him his mic.
No, go ahead. I'm going to wait.
It was a clash between two former league leaders. One is 15 points clear, the other one is 16 points clear by the time when they were playing the Champions League tie between PSG and Liverpool. PSG literally whooped the ass over 2 legs, to say the least. I don't think I have ever seen, I think we spoke about the first leg already. Even the second leg, the first few minutes, Salah had again opportunities to put it at least 1 to 2 goals. Not difficult opportunities, that's what I mean. So one is cleared off by Mendes because it was an open goal, but he wouldn't shoot to a corner. He shot straight at Donnarumma or Mendes at this point. The second one, he dribbles through and then comes to the center, hits it wide. So there were 2 good opportunities to actually make it count. Nothing happens. Dembele, for once, I was still thinking that he was still the old Barca Dembele, but I don't think anybody would miss that goal, even Dembele, whatever. He got the opportunity in the second leg. No, and then they came back, right? So Liverpool did come back. They looked strong in the second half. And in the entire extra time, I think there was nothing from Liverpool. Zero. They just went back into their shell. I don't know whether they decided that, okay, let's just take it to the penalties and see what happens. Or they were like, okay, we were too tired. We can't do it all that pressing. We couldn't do this. But my God, PSG rested all their 11 on the weekend game. And it showed. Definitely showed. Barcola, Kimi, Nuno Mendes, they never stopped running, bro. For the 120 minutes, they just never stopped running. It was crazy. And it showed that, Liverpool was already tired and Slot barely rotated. Maybe 3 players were rotated during the weekend game. And then this happened. I think it still lingered in their minds when they went to Newcastle. One, on top of the fatigue, it's mentally they were exhausted from what happened at that point of time. And yeah, it showed.
And I'll give you the mic before I go into my tactical breakdown of how we fucked up with the last one.
I don't really see. Okay, when I say this, I obviously say this with the conscience that we are 12 points behind. I'm saying this right now. We are not in any competition. We are not going to win the Champions League, but I'm still going to ask you this. First question, do you believe that you bottled the Champions League tie?
Bottled the Champions League. I think bottled...
Because you spoke about Anfield power. You spoke about the fact that you went away and got a 1-0 win, despite all the pressure that they put in the first leg. Do you think that it was...
So if it was against maybe 1 or 2 teams like PSG or some other of the top teams and we would have gone out, I would have we would have... I don't think bottled is a word, bro, because I thought we got outplayed and we got outcoached. So we went out to a better team. So it's not like this was a choke job or something like that in that sense. That's at least how I feel.
I'm calling it a bottle job because of what happened at Parc des Princes. That's all I'm saying. Coming out of Parc des Princes.
It's not like a 2-0 or 3-0 lead, right? It was a 1-0 lead, and that too, everybody knew it was against a run of play. Liverpool didn't deserve anything from that game. Okay. But then, I'll also give it that this was probably one of the first times, I think I shared this in a chat as well, I felt like Anfield was not Anfield, right? In any European night, you would go in feeling this is us. Maybe Anfield knew that we were not there to win it. But I thought it also needed that one goal, right? That one goal from Liverpool would have brought in the crowd. Something from the team to spark the crowd as well. That means, for example, the Barca game, right? Again, going back to one of our best moments, that first goal that went in within 10 minutes, that just rallied the crowd, that just brought everything in together. Liverpool had nothing
Anfield
to show
never,
for except for
never shut
a
up.
couple of Salah moments. I think so. One thing there, just as we are talking about that, I felt like Dembele. I know as much as you hate him, I was going through his heat map, etc. Right? That guy was everywhere, man.
Everywhere. He actually had a phenomenal game.
That guy was in every open gap that PSG had intentionally created. Remember in the first half they were bringing on Liverpool's press, so that created a gap between the midfield and the defense. There Dembele was on the left side, he was on the right side, and then I think that pass that he gave to Barcola on the right, and then he cuts in everything.
To the center, and he was everywhere.
I thought he was a key difference maker in the game that cost us the tie. Much to Pusha's hatred, but I think
that was one of the worst hate watches Pusha could have had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. This was disgusting. I hate Liverpool so much for making that team look that good. First game the same thing happened, right? Dembele had a lot of chances. He was doing a lot of things, but it didn't matter so much because they were missing chances left, right, center, and of course Alisson was doing Alisson, but none of the Dembele shots were that threatening. It was all the rest of the gang who were shooting high XG shots. This guy had the similar game that's going into this game, except for that one, literally 1 centimeter away tap in he got. Even he had a lot of chances other than that as well. Alisson, another worldie. He had genuinely another 6 or 7 saves he made. So the difference between PSG and Liverpool is basically one world-class Alisson. That is all it is. Otherwise, this thing could have ended up as 6-0, 7-0, no doubt about it. And there was nothing coming from this side, whether it's from Salah or Jota or Nunes or Diaz. There was nothing to say that without Donnarumma they would have done something else or something. Donnarumma is a very good penalty shootout player. He's a specialist in penalty shootout. Yeah. So it showed definitely. When it comes to that, Donnarumma is going to save the team. But up until then, we were talking on the chat that there is definitely a mistake in this guy while playing from the back. Because there were so many chances where he just threw the ball away, and there were so many chances that was coming through because PSG were trying to play from the back. And then they gave that up, I think, as soon as they got the first goal. After that, they didn't even have to try. Yeah. Okay, fine. We are two goals up. We'll just whip it across. Jota, Diaz, and Salah. Neither of them were able to win any of the aerial duels. It was simple for, who's that guy, Pacho.
It was I would say even more evident in the Newcastle game.
Oh shit.
The long ball, the dot ball was not working.
How the hell do you allow a team like Newcastle to win a trophy, man? They're obnoxious as it is without winning a trophy. Now they've got one also.
I told you
no. I like Newcastle.
We are the Robin Hood, the Indian cricket team. Whenever the worst team will go, they will give them a win and they will give them a century. We are also the same like that.
This Bruno Guimaraes was crying as we won the World Cup, man. This was a little too much. Okay, yesterday.
For them, this is a World Cup.
Yeah, it is for 70 years for a trophy, and they finally made it.
See, at the end of the day, right? I definitely want to give everyone the entire team the laurels, right? In terms of what Newcastle did. The phrase applies, bro. They wanted it more.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, you could see that on the pitch and everything, right? But I felt if you peel back this last week, what led up to this week also had an impact in terms of the team being where it was. The same playing 11 almost started all 3 games, all 3 intense games, except for maybe one left back change here and there.
Why didn't Alisson play yesterday?
I think Kelleher
is the cup keeper.
Yeah, he's the cup keeper, and then also I feel Kelleher has one up on penalties as well. He has, I think 3-4 penalties he has done well, etc.
I don't think Alisson would have made any difference anyway. But
yeah. For me,
I don't know. Finish.
Dude, that Dan Burns header is unsavable, man. That was to the edge of the box, and even the second one is a tap in with there's no covering.
This is the first of the season or something. I think this is. I said right, Liverpool are the Robin Hood. We're hey, Burn, you want to be Liverpool? You want to be Newcastle legend? Here you go, bro. Here is your moment.
And it was also coming. We kept talking about this. Why is Maka guarding this dude, this giant? He's twice his size.
That made absolutely no sense, dude. Maka was trying to.
And it happened the previous game also. It happened the previous set piece where he gets a header, it almost misses it, And I'm
Yes.
like, bro, we can see, bro. I don't need my tactics board. I can right in front of you that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what led to
There
that. I
was
mean,
the other thing that I also noticed, which I know you may not accept, but I've seen this so much. But Liverpool's tactic is take the ball from defense, lob it to the front, have someone do something. Like it is so predictable.
Yeah.
Ball is only in the air. I'm like, dude, they have 6 feet 7 inch defenders. What are you trying to
yep,
do?
yep, it would never
One
work
thing I
again.
want to share there, which I'm sure like you guys must have picked up as well. The key unlock for us this season has been CDM Gravenberg, right? That guy is playing every game, every minute. I don't think it's physically possible for him to do, bro. Like if you see like earlier in the seasons, so remember how we used to praise the Gravenberg turns, like he used to cut into the spaces. We have not seen that in the past like 2 weeks.
Ball should go through midfield, no, for that.
No, I think like so whenever he's coming in, right, he has zero like legs to go to do that, to move it from here to here. Because I think in the earlier part of the season, it was the passes used to not happen from VVD to so Salah. It used to be VVD, Gravenberg, then to Salah or then to somebody in midfield. So then Gravenberg is like unable to do what he does. So then to bypass that, you have to do those long balls. And then obviously
It was that
Salah
connection
having the
between
worst 2 games.
the CBs and Gravenberg that lets Maka just keep roaming freely.
Exactly.
He would take that time from the time the ball VVD takes it out of the control and passes it to Gravenberg. Maka is supporting the attacking front very quickly because it goes to Salah. Maka is there in the box by then. This game, I mean, I'm talking about the PSG one. PSG one, it was basically bus park and counter. First leg. Second leg, they try to do as much as possible, but the PSG press is unbelievably good. They just non-stop pressing from both fullbacks, and the midfield is so good, man. The Joao Neves and Vitinha, they control everything in the middle so easily. It like they could have played another game after that. It was that easy for them. And in the Newcastle game, I don't know. These two are the thugs in the middle. They wouldn't let anybody pass through.
They
literally
physically
just elbow
outplayed
you
them,
out.
dude.
Yeah.
They physically outplayed the entire Liverpool team.
This is
You
where
knew
I
they were
feel-
coming in to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
True.
is where
Yeah.
I felt like even I think maybe this is the right time to go to the tactics board and
Let's
then,
do this. Yes.
finish
do it.
off what I had. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let me. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the board? Okay.
Half of it.
Yeah. So I think what essentially like missed out here was super evident, guys. I think what the first 20 minutes of this game, it kind of gave me the same feeling of the Man City game where they were continuously attacking like Trent on the left on the right back, and I think that's exactly what they exploited. Quencha for us was probably the weakest link that was there in this entire defense, and you'll see here fewer red dots and more of the Newcastle. I think in the minute 2 or minute 3 itself, you could see Livermore taking on Quencha, and then that would create space for Barnes to then pull off Konate. So Gravenberg has to play here. Isak is here. Joelinton is here. Guimaraes is here. Everything is pushing, right? It was so evident that they were doing this consistently, and probably for one of the first times that I felt Slot had no answers. And I felt Slot had no answers because he had no personal. Other than Quencha, we had Joe Gomez out, Trent out, we had Bradley out. I don't think there was any personal that could have stopped this, other than the fact that Gravenberg becoming over stretched here, right? And then we were physically beaten by Joelinton, Guimaraes, etc. So I thought tactically also we had no answers for them, and physically they wanted it more anyway.
I expected a little bit more from Salah there, to cover Kwanzaa in the back. I don't know. I think he was out, man. He just looked like he didn't want to play the entire game.
Yeah, I think so. That also contributed to attack, right? So if
Yeah.
I had a scene where I wanted to flip the board, but I think that's not physically possible. So you could see even in the attack, right? So Salah used to get the ball. In another day, so Trent would make that overlapping run on the right, but Quencha couldn't because he has no pace to track back, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, even from a skill set standpoint, right, that's not his game. He's a centre back at the end of the day. But then, kudos to Newcastle, right, for constantly exploiting it. I think this was also similar to the Manchester United game where we had a draw and you could see only attacks on the right hand side. I think every team should continue to do this against Liverpool if they aren't already.
I mean, with both the fullbacks out, I mean, TA and Bradley being out, this is an obvious weak point, which I don't think there is any saving this. They have 9 games, is it, coming up? So,
Yeah. Arsenal need to
yeah.
win all 9. Liverpool need to lose 5 for the bottle job of the century to happen.
So that was going to be the next thing.
Wasn't one of the thing 6-pointer? Like, wasn't
Yeah,
there a
it's
game
going to be
between each other?
head-to-head. Yeah, that's on April 10th, I think. Oh, sorry, May 10th. Third last game of the season. Anyway, so when Avinash was saying 1-2 ka 4 and 4-2 ka 1, right? I was just thinking, why is every Liverpool fan so confident that that one is already happened? Like, you see these memes, right? Like Rohit Sharma sitting there with the trophy, like at least we got this type. I'm like, it's not over, dude. I mean, I understand they're most likely to win.
Okay, so Shravan, as an
Okay.
Arsenal fan,
Let's
do
do
you
this.
think there is hope or do you think it's over?
In my mind, I know it's over. There's no way we're doing this.
So that's exactly what
No,
Liverpool
wait,
fans
wait.
are also telling.
But I can hope no. Like that 1 week,
Sure.
it's drained you out so much. See, now Salah has literally nothing to play for. Like I felt like at a certain point he was playing for
saying
the
it's
Ballon
over.
d'Or.
Yeah.
No, I was saying like at some point I thought he was still playing for the Ballon d'Or because he was odds on to win it if things were going like in Jan, right? Now that's gone out of the window and he doesn't look like he's going to get another contract. So it's very like apparently I was reading the other day he's offered himself to Barcelona. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I read. I don't know if they will. I mean, it's just
Lamine
it's just a
Yamal,
thing.
bro, why will they bring him?
I'm just saying.
He can be the backup for Lamine. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Knowing
this is
Salah
what I
and
read.
Zico, he will be back.
There is always a Saudi option. PSG might not say no to him. There are options for him at the end of the day, right? And given the fact that without him, I take Rodrigo's fucking right hand over this. Not my
Salah
call,
is
but
more
still.
marketable. That's what Papa
Okay.
wants.
Okay.
Anyway, my point being,
Yeah.
at some point, given the fact that your attack has nothing to offer if not for Salah, if Salah's motivation is lost, what stops you from losing 1 or 2 games, right? And then the pressure starts getting on you.
So, 2 things there. Number 1,
Or we might not capitalize on it is a completely different story.
yeah. So that is the second point that I wanted to tell. But then the first point is basically it's also the intensity, right? I don't think the remaining 9 games that like Liverpool is going to play is going to be as intensing as a Champions League knockout and a Carabao Cup final. So it's not like we are going to face like 100% plus more from.
You still have some tough games though, right? Like you still have Everton, you have Chelsea,
but
you've got
definitely,
Arsenal.
yeah.
They have
tough
tough games, and they're only playing 1 game per week, unless there's like a double game week in Premier
No,
League.
I don't think there's anything left.
Yeah, so
I don't
there's
think there's-
basically it's a week long prep session and then 1 game. So if they lose their immediate coming up game against Everton,
No, what you're discounting also is that there's one stupid international break now next week or something.
that's what I'm saying. This is the international break right now, right? As soon
Yeah,
as
exactly.
they're
Yeah.
back,
So
they're going to play
what,
Everton.
what if like Van Dijk gets injured? You can always hope, no? You can always hope. Hey, dude,
they're playing a tough
imagine the
game too.
scenes. Just imagine the scenes if Liverpool bottled the league, dude. No.
I can't imagine, bro. I will quit football at that time.
I'll tell you this right now. If Arsenal win this league, no, we will be the most undeserving champions in the history of English football.
I don't
No,
think
no,
it
no
will-
champions are undeserving like that, bro. So it's okay. I mean, they bottle means they bottle. That's all. Kudos to Arsenal for capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
Bullshit will capitalize.
But
That's what I was saying.
again,
Yeah.
coming to the second point, which is Arsenal, basically. So
Yeah, it is
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
Arsenal
that's
has
true.
9 games. I think.
We have 9
I think like
finals.
for nine minus 5, it's a crazy like thing. But then like.
I
miracles
mean,
have
dude,
happened.
think about it, right? Like in 2015, you all had 3 games left, 5 points ahead of City, you all still didn't win the league.
20 what?
2015? No, not 2015. 2014? Which
Oh,
was the
the-
Brendan Rodgers one where you all came second?
Yeah, the Gerrard. But that's 5. This is 15, bro. So or what? 12.
But
or
it was
whatever.
5. That was 5 with 3 games left, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
was another.
You never know,
Okay.
bro. The logic person in me says this is not
So
happening.
basically,
The-
what you're asking me to do is, hey, stay humble. It's not over yet.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I will stay humble. I will
I
wait for
can't
maybe
deal with this
another
shit,
3 more
dude.
games.
Okay.
Another-
Okay.
I
So the
can't
thing is
deal
that
with this shit.
there's one doubleheader, right? 1 6-pointer essentially against Arsenal. If Liverpool loses the one of the coming 2 games, and if Arsenal feel like okay, they should be able to win their game, it's not that much of a far-fetched scenario where Liverpool actually collapse with all the psychological damage that they're going to incur over the next few weeks. So they have to stay strong. That's what I said, right? So they have to basically detach from the outcome, whatever they have gotten until now, and play 1 game at a time. And if the minute they lose 1 game, that's basically the psychological damage creeping him back again. Slot needs to be super careful with the mental health of the players at this point and make sure that they don't
I
randomly
honestly
bottle
think
this.
I honestly think like if the first leg between Real Madrid and Arsenal, if we get whooped, no. Second leg, just send like reserve team, dude. Like let
Sure,
go to
yeah, that
Spain,
makes
do
sense.
time pass, go to time pass. Especially if we have like if it comes down to single digits by then, I just send the reserve team, dude. I'll go play. 36-year-old, I'll do headers.
I think, yeah, maybe to also touch upon like where do Liverpool go from here? Yes, we have to stay humble because there are things in the league that could still happen. But I think, so this also, like this week, right? Like as much as we saw Slot operate on like obviously zero budget almost, right? I think there are two things if I want to say on Slot also. Like I think in like I mean obviously right in hindsight obviously all of this is like in hindsight squad rotation, right? You saw folks like Elliott, Chiesa coming in and doing like something, right? So
Yeah.
I know they played against so Plymouth, they didn't do the job that could have like impacted his like confidence in them. But then this league is so like so forgiving that you need to so try it more than just play them in the Plymouth game and see like what they could have done, right? So that's probably number one. Number two, this shows, bro, like the squad needs reinforcements. Like there has like to be able to compete in even like two tournaments, that is say like Premier League, Champions League, with everything that is going on around them, right? You need a bigger squad, you need more players in, and you need more like so good players, not like so kids trying to come up and like come out of the academy. Like I would so like obviously like one more centre back. Imagine if Konate had just gone out in that like PSG game, right? He cramped out if he was out. Who would we have
He
played
should have
right
been
back?
sent off to begin with anyway. Yeah.
Who would we have played in the right back, right? Like so
Yeah.
Endo would come play right back, I guess, or whatever. Or Slot can go like do something. But yeah, I think yeah.
Is this a sign that Harvey and Chiesa are available? They have not been injured for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
So Chiesa came back from an injury temporarily, but he's still sitting on the bench, rotting on the bench. Harvey comes in and he scores against PSG.
Yeah.
Is this a symptom that Slot hates rotation? That even if you have replenishments, what is the guarantee that he's not using the players who he has at this point? So
For-
what? Yeah.
Sorry, for all that, yesterday when I saw Chiesa come in, he looked like he was the only one in that team who wanted to actually
Even
go
Elliott.
and do something in the game.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
He
I mean,
won all
I
his
didn't-
duels.
Chiesa
he won
actually put in a lot of effort.
dribbles and all of that. Yeah.
yeah.
And actually, decently well taken goal actually. With that level of pressure, to score that was actually pretty smart.
So can you even say that he needs more replenishments when he's not even utilizing what he has in front of him?
So here, and this is the last excuse that I wanted, and I've purposely reserved this for the last. It is still his first season, bro.
Yeah, come
so
on.
you
Hey,
I mean,
No.
you cannot
Hey,
say
no.
that now, dude.
No,
No.
I want to say that this is also like I think too many things are going on to like so judge him very quickly. Like he's stubborn for rotation. He's not going to bring players because he has impacted so many games with his tactics, right? He has impacted games with his substitutions. May not have started like them like more as much as fans would have wanted or folks would have wanted, right? So yeah. Anyway, I feel
in a game where you noticed Luis Diaz, Jota were practically it's useless against Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Starting
maybe-
Jota, I couldn't understand, man. After
Yeah.
the PSG game that he had, like you could clearly see he's not been himself after the injury. Starting Jota and starting like Diaz, who played for like 90. Yeah.
But
That's why I
help
feel
me
like
understand
Slot
this.
is maybe not a rotation manager at all. So he plays who he thinks is the best for every single game without actually putting too much of weightage under, okay, are these players being overplayed?
So I thought I think two contrasting things, bro, for me. One is that so February week where we played like that run of like 5 games in 15 days. We had Man City and Newcastle where he changed the tactics, formation, 4 midfielders, etc. There, hey, so Slot is a genius. Hey, he brought in so many changes. He brought in 4 midfielders instead of the regular style of play. To then this like complete contrast where he's not like influenced the game, he's not impacted the game. So I feel
How many
two
games
swings.
among those a stretch of 4 games, how many games did Elliott start or Nunez start or Chiesa start?
I think Nunez did. So Chiesa and Elliott have never been in the squad.
Never
I
started.
think after the Plymouth game, they have never seen first team. See, one small thing that I'll also share there is it was also the time of the season, I feel, where I think that like run not to slip up in those games and so give Arsenal a 1-up. it was almost like he treated them also as a final, right? Which I feel like
That's
he
a
probably
fair
should
excuse,
give in
to
a
be
lot of
honest, yeah.
weightage to those games.
Tell me what? I don't know. I'm curious to hear this because for me, like last season, right? I really had a very high opinion of Luis Diaz. I actually thought he was a freaking baller. But I'm like, I noticed him playing against Newcastle. I saw him playing against PSG. What happened to him? Like, maybe you're better suited to answer this question.
No.
But like, what
I
actually is
think
happening with him?
fair, bro. Here I have two thoughts. I think when we started the season, Diaz was our best player for the first 5 to 8 games, where he was just everywhere, right? Here I don't know whether to attribute this to Slot. He tried to change him. He tried to bring him as a false nine. Played him in the false nine in one of those important games like Man City game. I don't
And
know.
he
if
did
Real
well
Madrid-
too.
Yeah, he did well too. Then again, moved him back. I mean, I can't put it all on so Diaz, because when you have to play different positions, you have to change as well. But yeah,
You also have
everybody,
to-
bro, not just Diaz for sure. Everybody seems to have lost their mojo at the wrong time, including Slot to almost all of the level except Allison, of course.
You also have to give credit to Hakimi, man. That both the fullbacks in that for that reason, right? So
PSG game,
Nuno
yeah.
Mensch, there was only one opportunity when Salah actually went dribble past him.
Past him, yeah.
That was the one chance I thought, okay, fine, this is happening. It's happening now.
Yeah.
No, that's
Even-
it. He missed that chance. There was no coming back after that. Nuno Mensch had him tied to his hip for the full game. There's no way he can come back, and he was not able to help out the defense as well. When Nuno Mensch actually breaks him up, and then the attack starts on the transitions. Both Hakimi and Nuno Mensch knew everything about Luis Diaz and Salah and how to stop them.
Yeah, and for the Newcastle game also, bro, you could see Livermore had an insane game. He was constant at
Livermento.
attacking.
Livermento, yeah.
Sorry, Livermento
Big
had
Livermore.
had the attacking game, the defensive game. Crazy to say, Trippier had a good game on that
Jesus,
side as well.
dude. No, that fellow has got one title. Oh,
That's what, as I said, right? It is Liverpool, bro. We
Oh,
are,
wait. He actually won a title at Atletico Madrid. Sorry.
Atletico
we are,
Madrid, yeah.
we are
That's not what I
Robin
said.
Hoods. We are Robin Hoods. We give, but then Arsenal. Hopefully, we don't become that much big Robin Hoods.
Shit.
Oh man!
All
But
the trends are
I was
pointing to that.
thinking, I was thinking one thing as that Newcastle game was going on, and this kind of struck me even at other times of the season because of this is my opinion, but this is I think that because of how good Salah has been through the season, right? He's papered over a lot of cracks in the squad that have generally been brushed aside. So in a way, actually letting Salah leave is going to be good for the longer term health of the squad. I just feel like you need to move on a little bit from him because it cannot be boss, nothing is happening on the pitch, so let me try and lob the ball to Salah and hope and pray that he does some magic. Which is what is happening with Arsenal as well, right? With Saka.
So same point that you said, I agree. In a different way, is that Salah has always been, he has amazing games, and then there are some games where he doesn't show up. Previously, you used to have a Mane or a Firmino covering it up, where they used to come up and step up. But then now you have we haven't really replaced them, right? You
Right.
have Jota and Diaz. Come on, nowhere to the standard of what Mane was.
That's
So
a
wherever
fair
he
point.
is, right? So when he's not there, there is nobody to bridge the gap as well.
All right.
Yeah, so do you actually think it might be better to let Salah leave, or are you saying no, keep Salah and get players on the left and the center now? Because you cannot. Sorry,
Yeah.
let me just complete my point. Because you cannot get an out-and-out striker with Salah in the squad.
Why
you
not?
cannot get someone. I'm making this up, right? I'm not saying it will happen, but let's say if you get an Alexander Isak, right? I don't think it's going to work well in that squad.
I don't think so, bro. Because
Why would
what has Salah has
I'll
also
tell you.
done this season is not just score, right? Also the assists. So you can see he's brought in the other team, he's unlocked everybody from Soboslai to Gakpo to Diaz to Nunez to Jota. Everyone has got a Salah assist to score. So for me, stability of this team's core is important, right? So you want to see the core of an Alisson, a Trent, a VVD, and a Salah to go in. A Robbo also, if I may say so, but then you have to replace. You have to start bringing in new players to challenge these positions, right? And Elliott is not doing that to Salah. So we can be
Yeah,
good, at
fair.
least in slot size.
I don't think you can expect that out of Elliot anyway.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I'm trying to say, right? the squad needs reinforcements, bro.
So you're
Maybe-
talking almost of like a 200 million sort of rebuild at that point, right?
Bro, it's high time,
Slowly,
bro.
yeah,
I'll
slowly.
paste the stats. Last like 10 years, and yeah, where is Mr. Yeah, last like 10 years, we have been 8th, bro, in terms of net spend. Last 10 years.
So
we have
let's.
been-
This is one
minute,
problem I
minute.
have. Okay, finish.
Last,
Okay.
last thing I finished. In that 10 years, we have come first once. Second, we have come twice. Third, we have come twice. Fourth, we have come second. So the output that the team is generating, right? Like you need to reinvest, bro, and you need to reinvest, especially in this day and age when everyone around you is like beefing up their squads, right? Like you can't expect that strategy where no, we will only go for the right player at the right moment, which what seems to have been like Liverpool's like strategy like all along. At some point, you need like bodies, you need potentials that could help the squad. Which
No, team's good enough, at least the players good enough to rotate between PSG two legs.
Yeah.
That's all basically there. There is a huge requirement for that, right? You can't play 7 out of 11 players or 3 games.
But at this point of the
Such-
season, most
such kind
clubs
of
are doing the same 5-7 players almost every game. You can't do much. Like with so many games coming in the season so far, there's so many teams that have so many people injured. You don't have an option. Like even Chelsea, that is with a squad of like 700 people, they're playing like the same 6-7 core players and then rotating 4 or 5, right?
No, again, right. So it depends on who you're playing. So you're not playing against another team who is also having to do that. You're playing against a team who literally rested all of their 11 on the midweek. on the
Forget
weekend.
PSG, dude.
And then playing
Like,
against this.
let's move out of PSG, right? Like
No,
even
that's what
Newcastle.
I'm saying. So you when you're playing Newcastle or Arsenal or even any Premier League teams, they're pretty much playing within the same schedule deadlines, and they don't even have enough squad as big as PSG. Like for example, if Barca is playing Benfica can't rest anybody. For that matter, they have
Exactly.
important league games coming up. Barca can't rest anybody because every single game is important for Barcelona because Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are right there. So we can't afford that much of this thing. What Flick does is he rotates, he corrects the mistakes, and makes sure
Correct.
that the result comes through, right? But he did take risks in the beginning. Like he learned from his mistakes where during that whole December phase where he made these kind of things. But Slot never ever rotated that much. He didn't venture outside his comfort zone to say that okay, I'm going to take a few losses.
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm going to risk this. So just to make sure that my players get enough minutes and the bigger players get like some kind of a rest. But yeah, that's what has to happen. When you come up against teams like this who have this squad deep enough where they can just rest the entire 11, this is what's going to happen.
No, but there's this other thing that people keep saying, which I don't know. I've never found this a valuable stat when you say net spend was this much. Like for me, it makes no sense, right? It
Bro,
was
even
absolutely fantastic that.
net spend is probably a good stat that I shared. If I take total spend, we may be even like crazy.
No, I don't think so. If you take the last 10 years, you're not very low in nets. In gross spend, you're not low. If in the last 10 years, because you've got like 4 players in that squad that are above 80 million pounds.
Yeah.
So, or at least 70 million pounds, whatever.
There was
right?
good purchases. There were
a lot of good purchases. You're talking about Van Dijk at 75 in the peak of his career. You're talking about David Nunez at 85. You're talking about Alisson at 70 million. Who's that other dude who came? Like even Diaz was like I think 40-50 million. Jota was another 30 million. Gravenberch was not cheap. He was also some 40-45 maybe.
40,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Keita
Right. So I
came in
feel
and
like
went. That's also
Chiesa.
another purchase.
who?
Keita.
Then what?
Oh, Naby
stat-
Keita.
Then
No.
what stat should you say?
No, I'm basically saying when you say the net spend has been low, the net spend was low because a stupid club called Barcelona decided to spend 150 million on one player.
So the point that I'm trying to say is, if that didn't happen, we would have been even crazier, bro. We would have.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying net spend cannot be used as an excuse to say we haven't invested in the squad. You have invested in the squad,
I
which has
don't-
returned all this.
So see, it's a very simple stat. It places us 8th above all of the teams that we are trying to compete.
But you've actually spent more than, in the last 10 years, you've spent more than Arsenal gross spend. It's just a number I'm throwing out, right? Like, there are idiotic teams like United that have spent over $1 billion. Chelsea spent over $1 billion. City has spent 800, 900.
But Liverpool
right?
did achieve more than Arsenal almost.
I
every
agree
single
with you. I'm saying when you bring up saying 10 years we've 8th in net spend, that is because of one outlier statistic that has completely skewed how the table is being looked at. Right. So take away the fact that you didn't get 150 million for Coutinho or 145 million for Coutinho. Then what? You've actually invested in a squad that has lasted for this long. And kudos to you guys for actually doing well. In my mind, you should have had 3 Premier Leagues by now. You can't score fucking 99 points and still lose that league.
Yeah.
Right? Like that makes no sense to me. But bad luck. Right?
As a Liverpool fan, I will say fuck FSG.
Nothing to do with them.
The classic American PNL model, chindi fellows who want to buy a new NBA team or whatever, take some money and put it in the squad, man. Like give a new manager 100 million minimum to start, right? But anyway,
That I agree. This
Yeah.
year has been phenomenal, given the fact that you're spent 10 million on one player. Right?
Yeah.
That I agree. Only
net
case
5
I
million, bro. Like
who
positive
you
5
got 5
million.
million for?
They're taking positive 5 million and then okay, I will not say
So
I will
either
not
way,
say title yet until mathematically over, but yeah.
wait for 2 game weeks. We'll go and draw against some Chinni Munish side, and then
Yeah,
they'll
but
be like,
anyway,
okay, done.
I am watching so much of Instagram and so much of this thing, and I'm just scrolling past everything. Which is like,
Kind of have to, yeah.
okay, I am okay with Arsenal fans saying something because at least you have Champions League, you have something to look forward to Madrid. In what world do Man U fans talk, man? Like, how do Man U fans come out and talk? I don't understand.
No, at this point, Manchester United only gets joy from
Other
their
teams
rivals
not doing
losing
well.
because they're not doing anything anyway. Their biggest achievement is winning 3-0 against Leicester.
It's very sad, but they are not going to be happy either way. Because you don't want Liverpool to win given the fact that they'll equal your 20 league titles now.
Yeah.
You don't want Arsenal to win because of the rivalry. One of these two teams will only win the title. You can't be like, I want Nottingham Forest to win.
Even if City
potentially
wins,
happen.
it's their neighbors. They
You
hate that
can't.
as well.
Yeah, noisy neighbor problem.
By now, Manchester has been painted blue for the last 7 years or whatever. Like, whatever, if you want to
12.
remove the paint.
12, yeah.
9, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
No, but
Anyway,
yeah, I mean, United
that's
fans
a-
unfortunately don't. They are at this point hate watching this sport, dude. That's all it is. They'll want Real Madrid to win the Champions League because obviously Ronaldo played for both teams.
Yeah.
They will hate everything else that comes their way.
Like, the worst that I felt is that week they'll be losing, bro. And then like Liverpool may be on the verge of like dropping points. Oh, what the fuck Liverpool. They 14 to place now. Mair.
There is this one Everton fan that keeps showing up on my Twitter timeline. That dude or girl, I don't know what the gender is, but they troll Liverpool so much, and I'm like, what the hell are you trolling Liverpool so much for? They're like,
That's what they are, bro.
you're
They're just
welcome,
trolls.
Arsenal. It seems because they drew 2-2. I'm like, what are you so happy about? It makes no sense that other club 30 miles away is. I don't know. They're like light
Yes, I
aside.
think,
I'm hearing that they're gonna move right next to Liverpool now.
Yeah,
Their
yeah,
new
yeah.
stadium
The
is like
new stadium
literally
is
less than
freaking
1 mile
brilliant.
away.
best banter that I heard was in relation to us that only. Like they're like, hey, so we are going to move into the new club. Oh yeah, so moving must be easy because your trophy cabinet is empty anyway. So nothing to carry from here to there. So just go into the new stadium.
Tottenham fans, those are the other like low lives. They are
They have been
horrible.
silent, man. Like the Spurs fans are doing nothing. They are just wallowing in their own issues.
I think Spurs fans have taken to Big Ange like mode very seriously. Big Ange like comes, he loses. Yeah, what do you expect? We have no team. We will lose.
He got into a fight with a fan and all. He's like, you're young, you should have, you should have manners. And then someone's like, you fucker have lost every game that you could possibly lose. What do you expect from us?
Sorry.
They're worst.
Yeah.
Fans,
Ah.
bro.
But without that banter, it's not fun, dude.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, right? So anyway, hopefully I get my title race back again. That's what I'm hoping for.
Wait, dude.
For
Did you? Oh, sorry.
title race in
voices-
Premier League or La Liga?
Premier
Like
League.
that.
La Liga is
Premier
already there, bro. It's happening. There's no
Okay.
other better title race at this point. Anyway,
Wait,
leave
when
that.
is
By the way-
when is the next game? April like
April
April
1st.
2nd.
Okay, it's
Oh,
a
first or
derby
second, yeah.
anyway.
That's first, yeah.
Who is the Arsenal playing?
I
Hey, you are playing. We are playing Everton back to back.
Yeah. Wait.
I
Why
think
you
our-
back to back though? You're playing Everton in Premier League. Why you already played one leg? Why are you playing again?
No, ours was
Arsenal and,
postponed because of some storm happened that time. So we played the first leg now. Now we are playing another leg. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, yeah.
So
Wait, we are playing
Arsenal have Fulham,
Yeah, Arsenal,
Everton.
Fulham.
What are the games? Arsenal cakewalk only. All of this should be.
No.
we finished all our big games except for Liverpool, dude.
Liverpool, yes.
Liverpool.
Oh, we have Everton away. Oh no. Sorry, I take it back. We have Everton away. We've never gone there in one.
David Moyes, and then you have that immediately after. You have Real Madrid. Brentford should be.
That and all, I have no tension only, dude. Real Madrid.
Hey,
no
Bournemouth is
tension.
there, bro. One Bournemouth is there.
Bournemouth is a difficult game, yeah.
Oh,
By
Rama.
Bournemouth, if we win the league, then they will be
This
God.
guard, I just
God
somehow,
of-
dude, I want this guard of honor. I don't want them to give, dude. This is one very big scare I have, man.
Hey,
Why?
I think you.
What's the scare about? It's okay.
Hey,
Big deal.
it's embarrassing, dude. We already gave to Robin Van Persie. That only I have not. That
Hey,
only
no,
I'm still
I think in
been
this
pissed off.
COVID year, you already gave to Liverpool once.
Yeah, I know. But at that time, it was the rivalry wasn't that intense, no.
But anyway, bro.
Is there a rivalry
Arsenal,
between
bro.
Liverpool and Arsenal right now?
What?
I mean, the only two teams that can do something about it. So there is
Yeah, that's not a
something there.
rivalry, man. Come on, shut the fuck up
Whatever
and give
you
the
know.
odd on.
Liverpool, Arsenal, no rivalry. Very like bye.
Yeah.
Hey,
Arsenal-
I
Arsenal
don't know
rival-
which City and Liverpool have best friends
Arsenal
rivalry.
rivalry is only with Man City. Like that is the most important game in.
Worst club on earth. But did you guys see Moises Caicedo's interview after the Chelsea game?
Oh no.
No.
He's
What
like,
happened?
oh, we were the better team. Arsenal won. He didn't say fluke and all, but he basically said, yeah, we were unlucky to lose. I was like, which game were you watching? Like
Or you
seriously,
playing?
Whatever. Yeah, which game were you watching or playing?
Bro,
Because we didn't even
whenever-
go to second gear, dude.
Whenever I see Caicedo and Lavia on the team sheet, I'm like, dodge 2 bullets right here. We were ready to give 150 million. We were ready to give 70 million. 210 million saved.
How is Caicedo worth 100 million? man?
Say thank you, FSG.
Thank you, FSG. Some luck in the star. FSG like, hey, do something. Otherwise, fans will fuck us like it's crazy. They bid. No, they bid. The bid went in, and then I
Chelsea
think like,
over. He decided to go to Chelsea.
Chelsea gave some 5 million more, and then he
Yeah.
said, oh, no.
No credit to FSG.
Yeah, exactly. No credit to FSG, bro. Fuck FSG, man.